Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 7 video, bringing you a Tapu Lele team. Now, I'm super excited to use this this Balloon Week Tapu Lele team because Tapu Lele is essentially the spiritual successor to Indeedee and Male Indeedee, and I always loved using Male Indeedee back in Series 3 with Drifblim. So it kind of feels like a little bit, it touches a little bit close to home, especially since that back when I used Male Indeedee, it didn't have expanding force, and Tapu Lele doesn't have expanding force. But what feels bad about Tapu Lele isn't the fact that it doesn't get expanding force, it's the fact that everyone forgot about it, right? Everyone realized it doesn't get expanding force. They're like, I don't need this Pokemon. What is this Pokemon? But it does so much damage. It does so much damage, especially when you choice specs it. And still, you could go for the Psychic. It still hurts, right? It's still a lot of damage in the Psychic terrain. So we're going to go for it. We have the Drifblim here with the Psychic Seed doing the exact same thing that Drifblim has been doing for the past two videos. Following that, we also do have the Lapras, because what's nice about Lele is that you don't actually have to Dynamax to avoid fake outs because you have the Psychic terrain, so they can't fake you out anyway. And along with that, you actually allow yourself to stay choice specs and not Dynamax, which is so much more beneficial because it allows you to open up a slot on your team for the Dynamax Pokemon. Speaking of which, here's a Lapras weakness policy. That's an Incineroar. Incineroar does fake out things. Probably don't want to bring it if there is a if you have the Psychic terrain on the field. But we just got to pay attention and not be like Mike. So that's fine. That's fine. Moving on. Now that we're done insulting Mike, I love you, Mike. Let's go with the Comfy. We have the Comfy here to proc the weakness policy on the Lapras. Super simple, super straightforward. Also does have a Trick Room option. If we go against a hard Trick Room team, we can unset it. We have the Kartana here to deal with the Finnies, and then that's pretty much it. If you guys are excited to see this Tapu Lele in action, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Shooting for 150 likes to celebrate Balloon Week. And along with that, if you guys haven't already hit the subscribe button, shooting for 10,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing, and you would help us out so much if you go ahead and take the time to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't been convinced yet, there'll be a rental code in this video, and there's a rental code every single day. So, if you hit the subscribe button, you won't miss out on that rental code, because they're only up for a limited time only. Anyway, it's time for the battles. Okay, Grass, Water, Fire Core, Incineroar, Finny. Never seen that before. Along with that, we also do have the Urshifu on my opponent's side of the field, along with the Tailwind on the Tornadus, and the weakness policy on the Metagross, probably for like a Brutal Swing weakness policy combination. That's a little terrifying. I gotta say, that's very terrifying. I do think we still go Finny and Drifblim, but in the back, though. Actually, I think I could lead with Finny and Drift. No, I keep saying I said Finny. That's a Lele. I could bring Lele and Drifblim in the beginning, right? I should be fine. Like, I could just match the Tailwind and be okay. I'll bring the Lapras in the back because Lapras can deal with a whopping amount of Pokemon on his team. And I think we ended off with a little bit of Incin. Incin Intimidate spam is going to be really nice here, especially for his own Incin and his own Rillaboom. And he doesn't have any Defiant Bonds on his team, so that's fine. The Urshifu doesn't really care about Intimidate, can keep going for the Wicked Blow anyway, and then we have the Clear Body on the Metagross, so unlucky. But Instant could also be a nice switch into the Metagross hit. We can't take like a Max Quake. Actually, we might be able to take one. One's about our limit. Am I worried about Finny? Yes, because Finny would essentially ruin our whole strategy. Let's hope they didn't bring it. Mostly because Finny kind of doesn't want to come in on this battle. We have a lot of ways to deal with it, especially the Kartana, right? The Kartana is what, like, seals the deal for the Finny. There's nothing Finny can do about the Kartana. Okay, Metagross Incineroar. I'll tell you what, this is a little bad. But it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. What I think we do here is just take that special defense raise, which doesn't really make a difference right now, and take the Unburden boost and try to just burn this Metagross, right? We can't lower its stats, but we could burn it. And let's just Heart Swap into our Lapras. Trying to think of any way this isn't safe. Well, Metagross just goes for the Steel Spike, right? So maybe we should go in with Instant instead. And then we just burn the Metagross. This is nice because if this is like in the Bulldoze Incineroar that I've seen like one time and am fearful of it every single battle, then that could be bad. But let's just hope it's not. We know Incin can't go for the fake out. Is going to withdraw the Incin and swap into Finny. Alright, so this is not ideal for our Incineroar, sadly. We could always just double swap into the Lapras. I didn't want to switch the Lapras in on a Steel Spike because that is like very scary for Lapras even. It is still a neutral hit and it is still a Metagross base 130 attack. I am a very defensive Lapras, but that's without Gigantamax, right? He's going to Dynamax first, which is pretty relevant. Typically, if your opponent Dynamaxes first and you still have the board, the better board position. Oh, the Misty Terrain saved him. Respect. That was good. And then he goes right into Drifblim. We live at 16. Uh-oh. Are we in danger? Did he read that? He might have read that. Okay. Respect. Big respect. Let's hard swap here. We're gonna go right into Lapras. And I think we have to Tailwind this. We could Strength Sap, but that doesn't do anything, right? So let's just Tailwind. Like, Strength Sap, it would help us maybe make it out of this turn with the Drifblim. But it wouldn't change the outcome of the battle versus the Metagross. It's a little bit sad that I wasn't able to burn it. I was really looking forward to burning it, potentially. But, oh well, what can you do? And by doing this switch, we also reveal our whole team, which is not that great as well. But what's good here is that Lapras can actually deal with almost everything on his team. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. So it's a great thing we did not Strength Sap. So we just Tailwind this. He's probably going to go for the KO. Yep, there's the KO. There's the Dazzling Gleam. It still does so much to Drifblim also. Wow. Not Drifblim, Lapras. I'm afraid. Let's get Incin back in here for now. I'm gonna save my Lele for a little bit later. If I can fake out here, I'm going to. And I'm gonna attempt to remove this Finny from the game since I can't really hit the Metagross right now. I'm just gonna go all in on this Finny. The problem with Metagross being Dynamax right now is that it's still a threat and I can't really do much. If I hit it with a Geyser, it's not even gonna do half, and like it's kind of a wasted turn. So I might as well try to go for a KO here, especially on one of his crucial Pokemon like Finny. Regardless, we're in a terrible position because of that first turn play. I wouldn't call it a misplay. It was just a better play by my opponent to switch into Finny. And then, like, completely ruin my whole turn 1 strat. Anyway, let's go for the fake out here. Let's go for the lightning onto the Finny. I don't think this KOs, but it should do a lot of damage. Nice. Alright. Now, let's see what the Metagross decides to do this turn. Probably just go for the Max Quake here, if I had to guess. Finny Flinch plus Max Quake. Okay. Incin will still live this, but he will get special defense on his Metagross, which is a little bit scary. Is that the last turn of his Dynamax? I don't quite remember. I think it is, though. It is. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. So now what we're able to do is go for the Geyser onto Metagross. Let's Parting Shot on the Finny, right? I think Metagross protects anyway, right? Finny protects. Wow. I was about to double into this Metagross. Oh, double protect. Okay, so nothing happens. Just throwing out a turn in my Dynamax, I guess. I kind of feel like I have to get Resonance up, though. I probably should get Resonance up before my Dynamax ends. Problem is, both of the Pokemon on the field right now are, like, resistant to Ice. So the Resonance feels really bad. And now I just got the Rain up, so I can't even go for Flare Blitz. Ugh! Okay. I'm gonna Resonance on Finny, and I'm gonna Parting Shot on Finny. I think that's like my best play. Then I'll switch into my Lele, which can maybe do something. I mean, Lele is gonna have to do something. I'm not gonna have an option. I hope this is enough to KO the Finny, by the way. It could just not be enough. The only issue I'm having with Weakness Policy Lapras is, like, unless it gets procced, it feels so bad. He actually switches the Metagross out with all of those stats for some reason. That's such a strange switch. But okay. He just got rid of all his defensive stats on the Metagross. We're able to get the Parting Shot off, switch into something actually relevant, like our Indeedor. And now if we KO the Finny here, that's a really big deal, because then he can't terrain switch anymore. Unless he still has that Rillaboom in the back. Our Lele's on the field. I might have called it Indeedee earlier. And now let's go for the Resonance. See how much damage we could actually do to this Finny. Nothing at all. Well, at least we got a Parting Shot off. At least we're behind the Resonance now, which is like kind of a big deal, right? Ugh, come on. Goes for the Gleam. Alright. Thankfully it didn't do a lot of damage. Our Tailwind Peters. But our Finny should still be out. I mean, our Lele should still be outspeeding everything on the field. Let's lock ourselves onto... Okay, we still have Instant Switch, so I guess we can lock ourselves onto whatever we want. So, let's look at this team real quick. Does he have Dark types? He does have Dark types. Let's lock ourselves onto Moonblast, just in case the Urshifu is a switch-in. Who knows, right? He has double Dark types on his team, which means he has, like, an Expanding Force counter. But we don't even have Expanding Force. He just has, like, a Psychic counter in general. Finny protects, okay. Looks like we're gonna get a free KO on Incin, maybe? Lapras should be outspeeding Incin. Or not! Wow. That's a fast Incin, or I'm a slow Lapras. I am defensive, but I do have some speed investment. That's not good. Tornadus is his last Pokemon. Okay, for like a late game Tailwind, I guess. I mean, that's still good damage, right? Let's go for the Freeze Dry, and then... Can we switch to Psychic? No, we can't. Sad. Sad day. I'm going to double into the Finny here. Whatever KOs, KOs. And whatever doesn't KO goes onto the Tornadus. So it'll be a double KO regardless of what happens this turn. Oh, it's just so sad that the Lapras is at -1 right now, because I feel like the Lapras was the only way it can break through the Incin. Withdraws the Tornadus. Probably hard swaps an Incin. Yeah. But okay, we decided to Moonblast here. Moonblast on the Finny, that is. So as long as this KOs, we're fine. Thankfully, these Intimidates don't matter at all. Oh, it wasn't even enough. Wow. Okay. But he's gonna Calm Mind. Okay, so we just take out the Finny here. This is still like so much closer than it should be, and I don't like that. The Instant thankfully still can't fake us out. So we can still go for Hydro Pump on Instant. I might have to make the play and switch out my Finny eventually, just so I can lock myself onto Shadow Ball instead. But then again, I don't want a Shadow Ball into a Metagross, right? Like that's not an ideal play. I think our only play here, he's just gonna double Parting Shot into Lapras. I'm gonna Protect. And hard swap the instant. Ugh, it's such a hard turn. I think I have to do that, so let's do that. I'm not gonna Protect though, I'm just gonna Hydra the instant. Because worst case scenario, he swaps out into his Torn, right? If he swaps out into Torn, I think the Hydro Pump still takes that at -2. Because he's only left with a couple of HP. My biggest issue would be if he's Stomping Tantrumed into the Lele spot there instead of going for the Iron Head. Metagross protects. Okay. Okay. Still playable. Still winnable. Still possible. Darkest Lair instead of Parting Shot. That is amazing. That's honestly fantastic. Ooh, that's so good. Hydro Pump connects. That's big as well. That's a -1 in the rain. It is not enough to KO, but it does a lot of damage. Enough to where I am content with it. Second terrain goes away now, right? Does it? Nah, not yet. Okay, that's a little sad. I'm still gonna Hydro into Instant again. And then I'll Parting Shot into Instant as well. Just in case there's a swap there. Stomping Tantrum, that is going to knock me out. Like, there's nothing I can do to avoid that, right? I can't switch that back into the Lele. Lele is just going to take so much damage to it as well. And it's a hard switch a Lele into... Oh, he just Flare Blitz. Okay, he could be Parting Shotting here, and that would honestly be ruining me, but I guess he doesn't want to. He thinks me at -1 is good enough. I respect that. Okay. What is our next play? Aurora Veil wears off. That's awful. Second terrain wears off. That's okay. Because we get to set it right back up. I kind of wanted his Tailwind to go away. Because now the Metagross can outspeed and win the game. Yeah, that's GG. Metagross could just Iron Head and take me out. Yeah, I can't stop this. I'm gonna Hydro Pump you. And I'm gonna Shadow Ball you. And I'm gonna pray. Because there's not much else I could do. Unless he thinks I'm Scarf and goes for Protect. And if he does that, then I still lose because I doubled into him. My other hope is that he just attacks the Lapras for some odd reason. That'd be such a weird play. I highly doubt he does that. Yeah, there's a Tornado's Tailwind. It sucks you got to keep it. There's the Iron Head. Into the... Why? Burm, did you see that? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. What the heck was that? Jake's bringing a super standard threatening meta team and then Araquanid. Okay. You do you, Jake. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and lead with my tried and true. Actually, no, maybe I don't. Maybe I bring him in the back. Maybe this might be a game for Lapras and Comfy finally. And I could bring Drifblim and Didi in the back. I mean, Lele. Ugh. I'm so used to saying Drifblim and Didi. I'm going to keep saying it by accident. Is that okay here? I think honestly that's like perfect. Lapras deals with like the whole team. If they decide to lead with the Trick Room lead, then we just go for Trick Room ourselves. Like, it's not a big deal. So I think that lead, particularly against this team, is super clean. And also, I gotta whittle away that Metagross. So that Metagross is gonna come. I'm gonna be a little bit sad. The question is, who has the weakness policy on this team? Is it the Metagross or is it the Moltres? That's always just like that's always the world's biggest VGC question. Who has the weakness policy? If you see both of them on the same team, what do you do? Like, do you just assume they both have it? Only one of them can have it, but I guess you just gotta assume they both do, because if either one of them has it, they can take a whole game with them, right? They can just take that whole game and run away with it. Holberry Stadium against Jake. Nice shorts, my dude. Nice shorts. Are they what is it? Are they cool and comfortable to wear? Oh, dude, my dude's rocking those short shorts. Metagross and Moltres. I guess it's time to find out who has the weakness policy here, folks. We got an obvious play here. Do we take it? I don't think we do. Like, the obvious play is obviously just Resonance into Moltres. But like I said, weakness policy though. So I kind of want a Geyser into Metagross. And then draining, and then Giga Drain myself. Okay, that's good. The fact that he switched there means he's terrified, so that's good. And it switched into a Araquanid, and then Dynamaxes the Metagross. Is this screaming weakness policy here? We'll see if the Assault Vest is present with this attack right here. This should be doing more than half. If it doesn't, it's Assault Vested. Because this is going to be a +2 neutral hit from a Stab Lapras, right? I have a lot of special attack investment here. So if this is not at least half health to the Metagross, then we know exactly what his item is. Also, what's great about this is that he can't Dynamax Moltres this game, which I was more afraid of the Metagross, right? So I still have my Ghost in the back that can like just burn this thing. My little balloon. So let's just go for the Giga Drain. Do more damage than I wanted it to do, but hey, whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do to get a +2 boost. Max Steel Spike into my Bear. Gonna eat that up real quick. And the defense boost is not gonna mean anything here. Eating it up is not like it's not the best word for that, because we didn't eat it up. We actually took a lot of damage, but we survived. Which is, I think, the best part about that. So let's go for the Geyser here. Okay, it's not Assault Vested. That's good. At the very least, we know it's not Assault Vested. The problem is we just gave Geyser to the, to Water Bubble Boy over there. To Bubble Buddy. Do we just commit to taking out the, Metagross? Or do we switch targets to... Yeah, I think we switch targets to Araquanid. And we click the fun button. We click the ally switch button. In the words of the very wise Joe UX9. Who cares about ally switch? Just win. There it is. Who cares? Just win. We're trying. I think that it's honestly the best play there. Just because if he wants to double in, he might want to just, you know, clean up that comfy, get special defense boost, which is very annoying. And this is like part of the reason why Metagross is so annoying. It's not even the fact that it's so strong, it's the fact that it's so defensive as well. But anyway, it's still a +2 max lightning into a super effective Pokemon. It does take way too much damage. That is funny. Okay. I can get behind that. I think I do want to Resonance this last turn. And if you guys don't know, like, Resonance, why? That's so much damage to a resisted hit. And he burns me! God dang. Alright, so this is actually a pretty simple turn, though. We flow healing. And then we Resonance into the Araquanid. That's maybe enough to KO it. The reason why, like, if you guys don't have to Resonance until your last turn of Dynamax, don't do it. I was feeling pretty comfortable with Lapras being on the field here, that I saved the Resonance so that you get the additional turns after your Dynamax is gone with the Resonance. You essentially just get more turns of Resonance. Goes for the Steel Spike now into the Lapras. It's going to do a lot of damage with the full healing. Is going to help us stick around a little bit longer. And now we're going to get the Resonance up. Will we take this out with the G-Max Resonance, though? Will we take out a Arachnid? Please. Please. Nice. We get one more Floral healing, too. Comfy's dumb. Comfy's a dumb Pokemon. I guess, like, to be honest, this just goes to show you why Ally Switch is a dumb move. He would have gotten rid of this Comfy, like, 2 turns ago. But it's still here on the field just because of one Ally Switch and one prediction. He predicted me to Ally Switch again, which is why he Steel Spiked into the Lapras and not the Comfy this time. Or maybe he intended to do that. I'm assuming he predicted the Ally Switch again, which is just mind games, right? That's my biggest problem with Ally Switch, is that you could do it again, and again, and again, and again, so your opponent can't make a read. With Protect, at least you can assume that your opponent's not going to Protect again, because it's only a 30% chance to Protect again. Ally Switch, on the other hand, is like, oh, I can just keep doing this, huh? Such a dumb move. But hey, it's part of the game. It's part of the game we play. Part of the world we live in. It's a brand new place. It's a brand new attitude. And we're still going to floor healing ourselves. Followed by... Bum-ba-da-bum, Freeze Dry. Into Landorus. Now, hopefully... Does he go for Protect with Metagross too? I don't think so. I was hoping he would. Oh, it goes for Rock Slide. That's bad. That's really bad. Comfy takes it, though. Then Iron Head onto Lapras again. Going for double flinches. Doesn't get it. Freeze Dry is going to connect into the Landorus. Bye, Lando. Going for the double flinch chance. And guess what? Comfy's still on the field, boys. Comfy's on the field. Ugh. Wait, hold on. This is Balloon Week. Wait, guys. Did you guys know this is Balloon Week? It's okay. We'll get Balloon in here eventually. But right now, my dude Comfy is popping off. We can't stop it now. We can't stop the pop-off yet. Let's actually go for the Metagross, because Metagross threatens the Lele in the back, to be honest. You gotta hit the Comfy. You gotta hit the Comfy, or this is gonna keep happening. Look at that. That's disgusting. Okay, finally is gonna hit the Comfy here. Gonna go for the Bull Punch. Gonna just take out my Comfy. Okay, that's fine. Because like I said before, the Moltres, it could still be weakness balls. We haven't found out yet. Oh, he has Hurricane. See, my man is smart. He only Hurricanes when it's 100% accurate. He's the Life Orb, so the weakness policy is on Metagross. Okay. Please don't smack yourself. At least the rain stopped. But we're taking way too much damage here. Let's just... This is problematic. Let's Lele. Because theoretically, the Drifblim should be able to 1v1 the Metagross. So let's try to do some serious damage to this Moltres right here. Let's double down on the Moltres spot here. It probably just goes for Fiery Wrath, but we should be outspeeding with the Lele. Or speed tying? No, we're outspeeding. No, we're speed tying. Bad. But we're living. Okay. Here's the Moonblast. No flinch is happening today. My opponent has so many flinch moves on his team. We're just gonna clean Oko the Moltres. Moltres' bulk has been underwhelming me more and more every single time I see it. Just goes for the Iron Head on the Lele. That's fine, I guess. It's only fine because we still have the Shadow Ball in the back. Please don't smack yourself. Okay, good. We break through. This Freeze Dry will still hurt. As much damage as I can get off on this Metagross. Ooh, and we do just die to burn. Okay. I promised you guys a balloon. I'm giving you guys the balloon. Drifblim coming in with the KO, folks. There it is. Balloon Week. Balloon Week. Also, shout out to Sweet for giving me the idea for Balloon Week. I forgot to mention in like the last 2 battles, but he totally just came up with this idea, and I was like, that's brilliant. Bullet Punch ain't gonna be enough. You need a Super Mega Ultra Crit for that to KO. Takes away a 5th of my health, but here we have the Shadow Ball to clean up the Metagross, and that'll be game. Balloon greater than Metagross, ending with a crit just because why not? That's what I like to see, folks. Anyway, you defeated Jake. We took the victory, the balloon with the victory in the grasp of his hands. And now it's on to the next one. I'm not gonna lie, Dracozolt is terrifying, especially next to Tyranitar. So that's definitely Sandrush Dracozolt. I am terrified. But good news is, he doesn't have an opposing Tailwind, so that's really his only speed control option. So we can actually go with Lele and Drifblim here. The Urshifu is another big threat on my opponent's side of the field. I think this might be a game for Kartana, though. This might be a game for Kartana Lapras or Kartana Ensign. I'm feeling Kartana Ensign. We're going to actually leave Lapras behind. This might be a Dynamax Kartana game, just because I don't think I have another option. I'm worried. My opponent's team is very tanky. But I have to bring Kartana because that's my only Pokemon with a fighting type move for the Tyranitar. It's also my only resistance to electricity. So, I don't really have an option there. Oh, my girl is fashionable. Anyway. I think we outspeed Dracozolt. And Sandrush. Oh yeah, because we also get Unburden Boost. I hope we outspeed, because if we don't, we're in like serious danger. Okay, we have options though. I think what we do here, instead of Tailwind, is Hard Swap into Instant, get the -1 off, and then we burn the living daylights out of Dracozolt. We set it on fire. We light a bonfire on its toes, burn each individual toes. It can't run. It can't fight. It can't hide. Speaking of which, what does Dracozolt attack with? It's got to be its butt, right? Because clearly it's not attacking with those little things. So here's the Intimidate against both of his physical attackers. That is beautiful. We don't get Fake Out because of the second terrain, but it's okay. He withdraws the Tyranitar. That is honestly huge. Everyone does this to me. Why does everyone do this to me? Is that like obvious? How obvious is the what's it called? The Will-O-Wisp. Because I guess it must be very obvious if my opponent just like predicted it this game, predicted it the first game. Jeez, man. I should just Tailwind it. What am I doing? You guys want to see Miracle happens? A miracle is me surviving this Max Lightning. Max Quake! Oh, I guess we will survive. Well, Instant's dead. Or not. Intimidate makes a big difference. Cool. I learned some bad news, and that's that the Dracozolt outspeeds my Drifblim. Right? Yep. There it is. That is really bad news, because I can't even Tailwind now. Oh boy. How do I fix this? How do I resolve this problem? Kartana? Kartana has to come in. Kartana and try to Tailwind. I should have Tailwinded first turn. But, I mean, I don't learn my lesson after the first game, I guess. It's just like the Will-O-Wisp was so juicy, right, guys? Like, the Will-O-Wisp was just like, ugh. Yeah, Max Lightning into the Drifblim. Sayonara. Poor Balloon. Didn't deserve it. Did not deserve it. Good news is we can get a nice switch in again into the Ensign. Did change the terrain as well, so we can actually Fake Out this turn. And this is still a pretty solid position to get some Beast Boosts off. Which is the play that I'm going to be going for. It's just try to win through Beast Boosts. Because we are very offensive Kartana? No, this is a defensive Kartana. So if we're defensive and we go for, you know, Beast Boost, we should become offensive and then essentially become unkillable. So that's Dynamax. Let's go for the Overgrow. I think no matter what comes in there, whether it's a T-Tar or whatnot, is going to not appreciate that. And I don't think we have to... We could fake out, but it's not going to make a difference, right? I'm actually just going to Parting Shot on that finish spot as well, just in case it does switch, and just in case the Dragonzord allows my instant to live this turn. Dragonzord only has one max Quake boost. But I think honestly at the -2 attack, it's pretty much forced to switch before the Lele can even come in. Poor Balloon, man. Balloon did nothing to deserve that. Let's see if he has a switch in. T-Tar doesn't want this. This is still gonna hurt a lot on T-Tar. And with the Lele in the back, I feel super confident here. Okay, I think we still have it. I think we have the comeback potential. We just have to snowball with Tana. We have 3 turns left of this Dynamax, while my opponent only has this last one. Goes for the Airstream, just get a speed boost here. That does no damage to Tana. But it is going to make him faster than everything, so... It is a smart play. I mean, he was already faster than everything, so... In all honesty, did it really matter? Anyway, Overgrow into the T-Tar. Should hurt a lot. Just straight KO! I'm not even offensive. Okay. Perfect. Beast Boost, number 1. This is what we need. This is what we need. And we're about to force this Dragonzord out so quickly, because guess what we're about to do? We're about to Parting Shot. To make this literally a useless Pokemon on the field right now. It's currently -3, and it's about to lose its Dynamax. It has to switch there. There's no way it doesn't switch. And then we're going to Lele. Just because we don't have another option. And if they bring back in the Finny, then this is just a really good turn for us. I mean, maybe we can take this opportunity to attack the Dragonzord, because the Finny Protect is super obvious if they bring back the Finny. My biggest concern would be a Celesteela still being in the back, because there's not much Kartana could do versus Celesteela. I would kind of just lose that battle. Because typically they even carry Flamethrowers just to deal with Kartanas, and that would just eventually KO me, which is sad. But okay. Communication. My opponent's thinking. We have my opponent against the wall. Now we just have to keep applying pressure until we break through this wall. Just show me a Finny. Please. I don't think that's Finny. It is a Finny. Is this a bait? How big of a bait is this? This feels like a big bait. The Finny Protect is obvious. So I'm going to predict that that's the case, right? Let's just go. Actually, can I even hit this Dragonzord for super effective damage? I guess I have to knuckle it. That's really it. Which is kind of like underwhelming damage. Why not, right? Let's go for the max knuckle onto Dragonzord. We'll raise our attack by +1 again. And since I predict him to switch... What does he have? Urshifu. Okay, Urshifu's a potential switch. So I should still max knuckle, and then I should still go for Moonblast. Doubling into this Dragonzord spot. We'll clean it off the field. Because like I said, it should not be doing damage to anything on the field. It just goes for the Bolt Beak. Let's see how much damage this does, out of curiosity. Why does that still do so much? You're at -3. I could have switched into Instant. Whatever. We get the max knuckle off. Doing a dumb amount of damage, followed by the Moonblast to clean it up. It's sad I didn't get the Beast Boost with that as well, but whatever. I'm surprised the Finny didn't protect either. Like, everything that I thought was happening isn't happening, and I don't like that. He also reveals his last Pokemon to us right here. We have one more turn of Dynamax. Muddy water, avoid. Ooh, yes, that's perfect. That's what we wanted. Don't accuracy drop me. Nice. Okay, everything's working out. Finally reveals our last. I'm curious what the last is. If it's a Celestial, then we lose. But if it's something else, then I think we have a chance. Show me Urshi. Yes. Okay. Perfect. 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 Airstream. Bam. Moonblast. Bam. Double in Urshi. Trying to take it out here. It looks like it's choiced in some fashion if it didn't go for Protect there. Airstream's just gonna clean it off the field. Kartana is coming to play. I can't wait. Like, actually, I don't think we KO with the Moonblast here, but we definitely just KO with Kartana next turn. So my opponent should probably forfeit after that. Like, Kartana is just such a big threat right now. Jeez, look at that damage, though. Like, give respect to Lele where respect is due, man. That's a lot of damage. Just like a Specs Moonblast right there. On, like, what the tankiest water fairy type that I know of. Lele is going to get cleaned off the field, though. Which is a little sad, but there's nothing that Finny can do to stop this piece of paper. It's a very large piece of paper. The irony of Kartana being that big is really funny because if you guys actually looked at the Pokédex sets for Kartana, it's like this small. It's like the smallest thing ever. It's literally just a folded piece of paper. And it has like the highest attack in the game. Because paper cuts hurt. Anyway, this should be a simple turn. Actually, let me just look at my attack stats real quick. Like, look at this. +3 attack, +1 speed. It's GG. We go for the Leaf Blade. We go for the Fake Out. And we call it a day. Battle was canceled. It's going to end right there. And that is another successful day of Balloon Week. Tomorrow is probably our hardest day because we have to go with Finny and Drifblim, which is a little bit weird because there's really no synergy there at all. But we'll try our best with that one. If you guys are excited for that, make sure to like and comment on that video that is dropping tomorrow. Anyway, if you guys want to article to this team, here it is. Make sure to grab it while it is up because it is up for a limited time only. And if you guys haven't already checked out the other two Balloon Week videos, we have Tapu Koko yesterday and then Tapu Bulu the day before. If you just want as many Balloon teams as possible. Anyway, I'm Kevin, this is Pokésports. If you haven't already checked out Pokesports.org, go ahead and do so. We work really hard on the website and it has pretty much everything that you could possibly need, except a team builder, which we're currently working on. No spoilers. And also, if you haven't already followed us on Twitter, that's PokesportsPod on Twitter. And check out our Discord links in the description down below. I'm Kevin, this is Pokesports. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.